Yeah, it took me a while to find it. It's about 80 miles
Oh,
from here, but
Mark.
and I stopped and asked these two fellows I came across. Well, I had stopped once at a store and asked, and they gave me some directions, and then stopped
No,
again
no,
because I couldn't
exactly.
find it.
Where is it?
Pitkin.
Pitkin?
It's in between Elizabeth and Pitkin, but the address of the church is Pitkin.
You think sometime you could take us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Jerry's boys wanted to go. Randy wanted to go so bad.
Mm.
And,
Now that I've been there, it's easy to find. I can find it again.
well,
But Occupy Baptist Church, number
Occupy.
one.
Uh-huh. You mean that's there?
Yes, ma'am.
But it's a different name now.
Well, the original church where he preached, very first, has that's still there, but it's called Shady Grove Baptist
I
Church.
thought it was called. I thought it was called Occupy.
Well, that's the original site of Occupy in that original
Okay.
building.
Because you know
It's been
why?
changed to
You know where
Shady Grove.
you know why he named it that? Uh, they said Occupy until I come.
That's, me and sister looked that up. I called her last night. But it doesn't say occupy in our Bibles. It says, do this work until I come. I don't know what Bible the word occupy is in.
Or else he just decided.
But the,
Kathleen, that's a clean little boiler sitting up there that I fixed my oven. Oh,
And
that other boiler back there's clean. That's fine.
well, the two men that I stopped and called them out in the driveway for the last time I needed directions turned out to be the reverend or
pastor.
the pastor at Shady Grove Baptist Church. And the other one was deacon at Occupy number one Baptist Church. And so they told me how to find the church. And that pastor gave me his card. And I gave all that information to Mama so somebody could call them. Because they do the upkeep on that cemetery and take care of that monument and everything and all that. So, but I went out there yesterday and took pictures of the church and of the monument and the cemetery and everything. Emailed a few of them to Mama last night. I guess she can send them on. But when I get home next week, I'll have all of them. I want to see more.
Well, I just can't get over this.
Well, I can't either.
In all of my trouble, there comes joy. And here, looking that up.
Yeah, it's just, he's staying in Opelousas, and it's, it's,
Mark, you're down there with all of Savannah, except children, except grandchildren.
and in one store he stopped at, didn't you say there was an old lady this man asked, Miss Willis, her name was?
Yeah, he called her Miss Willis. So and that cemetery where Joseph Willis is, there's a whole bunch of Willises there. And I took pictures of some of
I'm not sure we're not tied up some way.
The graves so we could look at the names. Maybe y'all could recognize some of them.
Pat Willis, Patterson Willis, practices law, has a law office in Opelousas. And his sisters, a bunch of them live in Lafayette.
That's where Mike was raised, in Lafayette.
Well,
Go ahead.
Excuse me. I was just saying I was family.
Yeah, I was too. I was excited yesterday. He kept calling back on the cell phone. I got out those papers that Randy Willis had printed off, and it said near 10 Mile Creek, near Pitkin. Then I went on the internet and looked up Occupy, and one was listed in Elizabeth. Occupy number 2 Baptist Church is in Elizabeth, and Occupy 1, there was discrepancy. One said Vernon Parish, one said Allen, but it's all right there together.
Now that
Yeah.
I've been there, I can understand why it's kind of cloudy on the direction.
And I didn't know if there was still a Pitkin. I'd hear them talk about Pitkin. Well, Mark, it must not be very much.
Well, I didn't see an actual town. I just saw Pitkin on some people's mailbox.
That's what I'm thinking.
So, and
like Corbin that don't get on the map.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Oh, well. a thrill.
Yeah.
But they said they were familiar with him, and they celebrate him all the time.
You know, Wade wanted us to come and take us, and he died. Wade died, and his wife was named Marge, and she told us to come anyway. But Wade was standing somewhere, Mark, out there, and where this is, it was away from Oakdale, and he said he was talking to an old man, and when he went to leave, the old man pointed and said, "Do you know whose place that was?" And he said, "No." He said, "Pope Willis." And Wade had grown up and didn't know that. And that was the last time I talked with him, which would have been last year. Well. I'll get out my book again in the House on a Rock.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to hang up, but y'all can talk a minute.
Mark, are you coming
but she's got... I'm sorry?
You coming by here?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to be here over the weekend. I may try to slip up there.
Oh, I wish.
And,
I know it's a long drive, but...
Well, I'm this close. So
I can't believe
that's closer than Nashville.
But I can't believe you're in Lafayette. Oh, did y'all know I had to have little Andy's eye removed? And he's still in the hospital. There was a tumor behind his eye. The doctor said he didn't see out of it anyway.
Yeah.
And Craig's baby's in the hospital with rotavirus. And not eating and not drinking, so they're having to feed her. But anyway, this is such a pleasant... And Kathleen came to get her valid birth certificate.
Oh, yeah.
So that she could go on the cruise, you know. And lo and behold, they wouldn't accept at the passport place what she had. So she had to run over here, and she's already tended to it, and they told her she could come back by and pick it up.
Well, good.
This is the day of facts.
Yeah. History.
Yeah, we don't have to wait on the post office.
No.
I'm telling you, it's too fast for me.
Yeah, if Mark gets to slip up there, I told him he could go somewhere and have those pictures printed off and bring them to you.
Well, it is just so good to hear from y'all. And Cyrus had a good time.
Yeah.
He did? I hadn't talked to him.
No, he did. He did. And I know y'all are happy about what went on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're enjoying that wood stove. But, yeah, Mark just took a break and decided he was anxious for somebody to call that pastor down there in Pitkin. But
Shady Grove, if anybody wanted to talk to him, because they keep the Joseph Willis memory alive and well down there.
I don't mind. I'll be happy to talk to him.
I can do a
Can you do it?
3-way like I'm doing now.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I can.
But I need to hang up on the phone.
Yeah, Mark. Okay, Mark, you can go on.
I'm going to let y'all go, but I'm going
Okay.
What you going to do?
Mark's at work. Mark's at work.
Bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Bye, I love y'all. Bye.
Okay. Yeah, he was all enthralled about all that too.
Yeah. And Charlotte, I want to keep the young folks enthralled.
Yeah.
Ruth told me the other day, said, I want you to tell. Well, I'll tell you what we was talking about. The other night, first time I've ever done it. And it's something that's just galling me past
What?
this Catholic business. They're making out that this scandal started in the 50s. And I just told Craig and Alan was sitting here the other night, and I said, you know something? I hate to die without ever opening my mouth. That's gone on since ever. I said, when Grandma told what she did about that Ursuline convent. And I said, I hate to die and take that with me. Well, Brandy jumped right on that. And she said, Grandma, that can't be let go.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
And it didn't start in 50. It started whenever the Catholic Church was formed, and then people was told to marry the church.
Yeah.
But it breaks my heart for that not to come out.
Well, nowadays with so much communication choices, you know, you can, whoever's heading that up.
I know I have a lot of Catholic friends, and I know they don't know it. But we had one case where me and Jean knew it that went on with James Harris, Joyner. It messed up that boy's life so bad. He'll never, he had heart attacks and everything else, and you know, they still won't admit that was going on. But anyway, wouldn't you just hate for that not to be exposed?
Are you talking about the abuse?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm talking about the abuse.
Yeah.
I never have had guts enough to say nothing.
Well, it's time then, if, you know.
You know, she said that there was a soil, and it was covered with babies, buried babies. Well, I imagine part of them was the nuns, but the biggest part of them was them girls.
Yeah.
Anyway, she hated that church. And, you know, she never did quite get over it.
No. Well, the newspaper to me is the best source, you know, because
That's what Alex said. I'm so near gone myself till I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
And I know you can add my name. I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They may not print it. But
Oh, somebody would. If the Shreveport Times don't want to, there's other choices.
I went by one of Eric Brock's books one time, and I turned around at Tower Bookstore, and I went back. He was by himself signing. And I said, Mr. Brock, are you Catholic? Well, it was the history of Louisiana, you know.
Mm.
And he said, no, I'm not. And I said, well, you're like me. You have a lot of Catholic friends. He said, yes. Well, I told him, I said, Mr. Brock, and that's before all this broke. And I said, it's just heavy on me. And he said, do you know something? I heard that exact same story from the man in Texas.
Mm.
And he said, two couldn't be, there's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Two exactly the same couldn't hardly be a coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, whoever does it is going to ruin themselves, and I don't care.
Well, no, I think when it comes out, there'll be more people step forward.
Well, like him. See, we carry this inside,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so unspeakable that we don't speak it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
And the Pope didn't want no abortion, and blah, 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 and to let a lie go on like that for hundreds of years,
Mm-hmm.
it just don't make sense, does it?
No. No. Well, that's something you need to.
You pray about it with me.
Yeah.
Did you want to speak to Kathleen?
Oh, sure.
She's run outside for something, but I feel guilty.
Well.
Not asking, not letting her help with you, if you don't mind.
No, I don't.
She's gone outside, happy as a lark. She's got to pick up her papers and go back.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to take up your time with her. We'll talk after she leaves.
She hadn't come back in the door yet.
Oh, I mean, you know what I mean.
Well, I could talk forever.
I know.
When I get started on what's on my mind, and you know that my house is ruined, water in the living room.
Mm.
So I said, if anything else happens, you know what, but I'm just taking it with a grin. That's the only thing I can do.
That's right. That's right.
Take it with a grin.
Well, I was so proud of what Mark did, but
I am so thrilled And to think that he's the one that branched out and did it when
Mm-hmm.
all these others are just sitting wanting to.
Yeah.
And he did it on his own.
Yeah. Yeah. So he said he loves doing stuff like that.
I feel like we've had our troubles, we've had our ups and downs, but we've got lots of things to be proud of.
I told Sister, I said, Joseph Willis's life would make a good miniseries for TV.
It would. It would. Finally, they called him the Barefoot Preacher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he was the first one that went to everybody. It didn't matter who they were.
Right. It's in all that stuff that Randy Willis had put out. I've got copied here.
And people talking about how many times he married. Well, of course, wives died so fast.
They did, yeah.
One right after the other died. And he wasn't running around marrying everybody.
Right.
You know. But I don't know how many children he had. I think we have...
I think 9.
That wasn't no worse than nobody else.
Mm-mm.
And Mama told about him. Kathleen, she said we could talk later.
I think our 4 children and 9 grandchildren. I don't know. It's in those papers.
Tell her, Kathleen said let her look at her dish.
Okay.
Grandma, what did I start to say? Kathleen, what, Barbara, Charlotte, what was I saying?
Oh, no.
Y'all don't tell nobody.
But I would love for you to get to go to the grave site.
Oh, wouldn't I? Would. You know, me and Alan could go with Mark and tell us how to get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here she is.
All right.
Here she is.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Great.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that was...
Mark's down there looking at the monument.
Well, he's down there working. You know, he travels with his job.
But
And
I mean, he's going to get to see it while he's...
oh, he's already gone. He went yesterday
I never had seen
and took pictures between me trying to guide him there from this papers I've got here, telling him where Occupy was, and then looking on the internet, and then he happened to run into the man that preaches at that church now, and he gave him his card. But he took some good pictures. He just bought one of those disposable digital cameras,
Yeah.
and he's going to have them. Well, they already put them on a disc for him, and he sent them email. So I can send them to. What's your email address?
K Ward at Winstead, WINSTEAD.com.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to see him.
Yeah.
Do you know Kathy?
No.
You want to send him to her?
Yeah.
K Price at LSUHSC.edu.
HSC. Dot. Okay. Okay. All right.
So
Well,
what are you doing these days?
Nothing. I still haven't found a job. Yeah.
Tight.
I'm telling you, it's
There's houses for sale all over my neighborhood. It's never happened before. I've been there for over 8 years. Is that the people can't keep their payments up because they've lost their job.
right. I just don't know what it's coming to.
Yeah, if we don't get the Democrats back in the White House,
Mm-hmm.
we know where it's coming to. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer.
Yeah. So it's a bad time, but
I say that to everybody in the family. Still,
I know sisters are Republican. I can't get over that. But anyway, I'm glad y'all are going on a cruise.
Really, I mean, decimates the economy.
Yeah. But
Don't get me started.
I know it. Proud y'all are going on the cruise. She's looking forward to it.
Me too. I didn't realize my passport application was not going to go through, and so I had to dash over here to get it. The recent certified birth certificate. I guess I thought what I had was, but it turns out it was just a copy that you could see the seal on there, but it wasn't what they were looking for. But anyway, I've got 7 weeks, and they guarantee it 6 weeks. So.
Well,
But
good.
I can't believe it's just 7
Yeah, that doesn't sound like very
It
long.
doesn't sound like long enough for me to get to a size 10 dress, which is what I thought I was going to be doing when we first started talking about it. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Well, it was good talking to you.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
like,
have you thought about Kelly services?
no.
I did that when I first went up there.
Hmm.
I like that because a lot of times what they're really looking for is a full-time employee, but they don't want to hire somebody that they haven't worked with.
Yeah.
And they pay the Kelly services to let you start work there.
Yeah.
But, it pays almost as much as you can get out and get on your own. They keep a chunk of it, but it's not bad. And if you work often enough, you get vacation, sick leave, benefits.
Yeah.
But
But I can't help but believe my age is a factor.
it wouldn't be with Kelly services
Yeah.
because,
There's no benefits.
well, there can be. It depends on how much you work.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good deal. I did it in California, and I've done it in Shreveport, and I've done it in Nashville. And I went to a different agency in Baton Rouge and worked. And I just did it for long enough to get something.
Yeah. Well, I'm registered with 2 temp agencies plus 2 different claims temp agencies and nothing. And I've gone on interviews and...
Well, you know why? Because they're all in India now.
What?
The jobs like that to India and China. So we're in a pickle. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let y'all have your lunch. And
Well, good luck on that job search.
Yeah.
Thanks for thinking about me. I've been wanting to see that. Mother asked me to go meet them down there one time, and I had already planned big plans to go to New Orleans, and I said we'll do it some other time because I don't want to, drop all these other people that I planned this with.
Yeah.
And never did get to.
Yeah. Well, he found it now. He knows how to get back to it. So, but anyway, y'all enjoy your lunch, and I'll send the pictures.
Great.
Okay. Bye.